Welcome to the Nourished Mama podcast. I am your host, Anna Robinson, certified nutritionist and wellness coach, plus fellow mama. This podcast is here to show you that you can live your healthiest, happiest, most vibrant life as a mama. Each week, I will be sharing different nutrition, lifestyle, and mindset hacks that are going to support you in your health journey. You can expect realistic and sustainable advice, plus strategies that can easily fit into your busy life as a mama. Because without a nourished mama, there can't be a nourished home. So if you are committed to creating a life filled with vibrance for you and for the ones you love most, then you are in the right place. So let's get into today's life-changing episode. Hey there, beautiful mamas. Welcome back to the podcast. Today we're diving into something I know is going to resonate with so many of you, and hopefully it can support you in your health journey. And this is finding that motivation and consistency for your health journey while juggling all the demands of motherhood. And trust me, I get it. Between the school runs, endless laundry, cooking, and everything in between, it can feel really impossible to prioritize yourself. I also find that a lot of mums, especially ones with little ones, can often feel this resistance around spending time away from them for their own self needs. But here's the thing, taking care of yourself isn't selfish. It's actually one of the most powerful gifts you can give your family. When you're stronger, when you're healthier and more energized, you show up as a better version of yourself for everyone around you. You also set up a much better standard of living in your home, and you set a better example. Your kids don't just hear you talk about health and self-care, they see you living it. And that's how children learn and absorb. It's one of the most beautiful gifts you can give them now and for their future. So let's get into some of my most powerful strategies for motivation and consistency. I firstly want to talk about mindset, because this is where it all begins. 80% of our success comes down to our mental game. It's always the missing piece when I see people that can't stay consistent. I always tell the mamas in my reset program, I can give you the perfect workout plan or the healthiest meal plan schedule, but if your mind isn't in the right place, you're going to struggle. And you won't be able to maintain your new health routine. And that's why mindset is a huge part of my 4-week reset program. There are 2 strategies I use to set up a strong mindset. The first one being working through your limiting and negative beliefs. You are not going to have a successful, consistent health journey if you don't believe you can. And unfortunately, most mamas don't believe they can be successful in this area. So I want you to pause for a moment and think about some of the limiting stories you've been telling yourself. Maybe it's, I don't have time, or it's, I feel selfish to take time away from my kids, or I'll start when they're older. These limiting beliefs, they're just stories. And the beautiful thing about stories is we can rewrite them. Instead of, I don't have time, say to yourself, I choose to make time for what matters to my health and happiness. Because it does matter, not just for you, but also for them. Instead of saying, I feel too selfish to take time away from them, try telling yourself, when I take time for me, I'm a better version of myself for them. Doing this may sound so simple, but when you consciously do this and keep doing this, you are rewiring your brain, and staying consistent and motivated with your habits will come a lot easier to you. The second mindset piece I want to talk about is your why. This is absolutely crucial in your health journey. Your why needs to be deeper than just wanting to fit into your pre-pregnancy jeans, though that's totally valid too. But I want you to think about how you want to feel and then go deeper. Maybe it's having the energy to play with your kids without getting exhausted. Maybe it's having more patience and being less irritable and moody around your family. Maybe it's being around to meet your grandchildren one day. Longevity is a huge part of my why. Or maybe it's to set a better example.
My personal why hit me one day when I was too tired to join my kids in the backyard. My daughter said to me, "Mom, you never play with us anymore." That moment, it broke my little heart. I realized I wanted to be an active, energetic mum who could keep up with her kids and not just watch from the sidelines. I want you to really think about why, because this is not only going to motivate you to get started and be consistent, but it's also going to really help you when those moments of resistance arise, because they will. They still do for me. But all I need to do is think about my why and it sets me back on track. Here's something that might surprise you. Waiting for motivation is like waiting for the perfect moment. Spoiler alert, it rarely comes. The secret is that action needs to come first and then motivation follows. It's like getting out of bed on a cold morning. You don't feel motivated until you're actually up and moving. Think about tomorrow you, next week you, next month you. How will she feel if you take that small step today? And how will she feel if you don't? Sometimes the best motivation is simply thinking ahead. When I'm tempted to skip my morning movement, I really think about how I'll feel at 3 p.m. when that afternoon slump hits. I always feel better when I've moved my body, even if it's just for 10 minutes first thing in the morning. Taking action during those times when you don't want to and don't feel like it is where the magic lies. The more you do this, the more resilience you build and the more motivation you create as time goes on. So remember, action first and then motivation comes. Now, I really want to also get practical here because I love sharing real, doable strategies when it comes to creating a sustainable, consistent health routine. And this is where habit stacking becomes your best friend. Habit stacking is basically attaching a new habit to something you already do consistently. And as busy mamas, we need to get creative with this. So what does this habit stacking look like? Here are some real life examples that have worked for me and many of the mamas that are in my programs. Number one is try doing squats while brushing your teeth. 2 minutes twice a day. That is a lot of squats. Or turn your kids' soccer practice into your walking time. That's 45 minutes of movement right there. If you've got a baby who loves tummy time at the moment, get down on the floor with them. This is the perfect time to do some stretching or yoga. Or while you're getting your coffee or, as I like to do, your matcha ready in the morning, fill up a huge glass of water, squeeze some lemon in it, and drink that first. The key is to stop thinking about health habits as this separate, huge thing that needs a perfect hour to be completed. Movement and exercise, for example, can be woven throughout your day in small, manageable chunks. Remember, consistency trumps perfection every single time. You don't have to do everything perfectly. You just have to do something. Maybe today it's just 5 minutes of stretching while your toddler plays nearby. That's a huge win. Maybe tomorrow you'll have more time and energy for something bigger, but today you showed up for yourself in a way that works for you. And that in itself is so powerful and creates motivation. It's the intention to show up for yourself every day in any way possible. That is what consistency means and looks like. Now, I want to share one final tip that's an absolute game changer. Instead of trying to overhaul your entire life at once, become completely obsessed with mastering just 1 or 2 habits for a period of time. There's this common trap we fall into as mums. We get inspired and try to change everything at once. We decide we're going to work out every day, meal prep our food, drink a gallon of water, meditate, journal, and go to bed early. And then we burn out by the end of day 3. Sound familiar? Instead, I want you to just pick 1 or 2 habits that will make the biggest impact on your life right now. Maybe it's getting in a 10-minute morning workout before the kids wake up. Maybe it's prepping some healthy snacks for the week every Sunday. Whatever it is, make that your complete focus for the next 30 days. Here's why this works so beautifully. When you narrow your focus, you free up mental energy to really master that habit. You're not spreading yourself thin trying to remember and maintain 10 different routines. You can put all your problem-solving power into making this one thing really work for you. For example, if you choose morning movement as your focus habit, you can spend a few weeks figuring out exactly what time you need to wake up, what workout clothes you need to set out the night before, how to move quietly so you don't wake the kids, what kind of movement energizes you best. All those little details that make a habit stick. If you feel like your sleep is off, then I want you to just focus on this area for a while. Set your bedtime earlier each night in 15-minute intervals until you reach 8 hours of sleep. So if you're currently going to bed at midnight, say, start shifting that back by 15 minutes each night until your body really resets and becomes used to an earlier bedtime, and those extra hours of sleep your body desperately needs. Think of it like teaching a child a new skill. You wouldn't try to teach them reading, swimming, and bike riding all at the same time. You'd focus on one skill until they've got it down. Give yourself the same grace and focused attention. And here's the beautiful part. Once you've truly mastered that first habit, it requires much less mental energy to maintain. It becomes as automatic as brushing your teeth. That's when you can start focusing on mastering your next habit. Before you know it, you've built a sustainable, healthy lifestyle, one habit at a time. Remember, we're not in a rush here. This isn't about transforming your entire life by next month. It's about building lasting changes that will serve you and your family for years to come. Now, before we wrap up, I want you to know something important. This journey isn't linear. There will be days when everything flows perfectly and days when nothing goes as planned, and that's totally okay. The goal isn't perfection, it's progress, and every small step counts. You're doing an amazing job, Mama. Taking care of children is definitely not easy, no matter how small or big they are. And the fact that you're here thinking about taking care of yourself too, that's huge. Remember, a healthy, happy mama raises healthy, happy kids. Your self-care isn't selfish. It's setting an example that will impact generations to come. That's all for today. If this resonated with you, please share it with another mama who you might think needs to hear it. Until next time, remember, you're stronger than you think and you're absolutely worth the investment in yourself.
Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this conversation has inspired you to live your healthiest, happiest life. Don't forget to subscribe and tune in next week. Bye for now.